What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm Mlb 5-0. It's another Mlb 2K13 gameplay video. It's a home run derby, because who doesn't like home run derbies? Of all the stars in the game, obviously there's some stars I didn't pick because it's not in the spaces, okay? But I picked the stars that I think are big stars and some upcoming stars. Obviously, put Chris Davis in there, having a great year so far. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the idea that baseball is possibly dying off as being America's pastime. I think it's actually not America's pastime anymore. I've talked about this a couple times with Dawkins and stuff like that, but in this video I'm really going to break it down and give you guys a couple reasons why I think it's not doing so well, and a couple reasons how it can improve itself and become a little bit more popular again. Again, leave comments below letting me know what you guys think baseball can do, and if you do watch baseball, and even if you don't watch baseball, and I actually want people who don't watch baseball to tell me why you don't watch baseball. Is there something else going on, or it just doesn't pique your interest? It's too slow, which is, again, a major criticism of baseball, is that it's too slow. So, let's jump right into it, shall we? So the first reason I think that baseball is kind of losing in its popularity is because it doesn't change with the times. That's a huge thing, actually. One part of that is social media. No baseball player has 10 million followers, okay? No baseball player has a reality show. There aren't reality shows for baseball housewives. You know, it just doesn't happen. It's not there. Could it be because the baseball players are a little bit more mature? And I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off when I say that, but it's possible. I mean, if you think about what they had to go through, of all the single A advanced, double A advanced, and triple A, and all that stuff. And that was all after doing 4 years of college ball, you know? So is it just because they had all that time to mature, to really get patient, to have their eyes on the prize, that they don't want to lose it? Obviously there are those Michael Bradleys of the world, but is that a possibility why their families don't do that? I mean, I don't even know if Ryan Braun's married. I don't know if he has a girlfriend. I don't know anything about this guy, because he just isn't that kind of person, you know? And I think that is kind of the mentality of baseball players, is they don't really go out, and they're not all into that star-strutted events. You don't see them presenting on MTV, you know? Like if there's the MTV Music Awards, it's not like they're saying, please welcome Cameron Diaz and Chris Davis, you know? Like, who? No one's gonna do that. I think that that's something that the MLB Fan Cave is trying to help. But the MLB Fan Cave, unfortunately, and I don't know if anyone watches that, but I truly feel like it's being used in a terrible way, because it has so much potential. This is a thing where you're getting a ton of baseball fans together, and basically what they're doing is they're doing every baseball fan's dream. They're going to all these games, they're talking to all these players, but where is this being televised at? This isn't being televised on ESPN or even MLB Network. Well, it is on MLB Network. I mean, on Baseball Tonight, you know? It's being televised as little webisodes, mostly on MLB.com. So you're not gaining a bigger audience. Well, there is that YouTube thing, but whatever. You're not gaining a bigger audience. Basically what you're doing is you're just recycling the same audience, because people who go to MLB.com are already baseball fans, and they're already interested in that, and they already think that's cool. You're not. It's kind of being unused, which is unfortunate. So that's one of the reasons. Again, social media, just to wrap it up, this point, because they don't have those reality shows, they're not doing that. So maybe having more interviews with players on major networks, you know, I mean, ESPN maybe have a Sunday conversation with Chris Davis and ask him how he feels about bursting onto the scene this year after having a really good year last year. Does he consider, what does he look that he can improve on? You know, I mean, that's one of the things that I'm trying to do on my YouTube channel, is kind of get those players out there. But it's not really, it's getting there, you know, and you guys are helping me get there, but maybe make it more inclusive, you know, because that's what fans want. They want to get closer to the players, and at this point, baseball is making that impossible for people to get closer to their players. I don't even know if Justin Verlander has a Twitter account, to be honest. I don't know. Who knows? But I can tell you that LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Calvin Johnson, Ray Lewis, Alex Smith, I can guarantee you they have Twitter accounts. I'm just saying. Okay, so that's one thing that I think that they need to improve on is their social media. The next thing that they need to improve on is the minor leagues. Now, obviously, minor leagues are not televised. Who watches that crap online? There's too many stages. One huge problem is there's too many stages. There's like advanced something or other, and then there's advanced plus, and then there's single A advanced, double A advanced, triple A advanced. Now, obviously, we've seen it even this year that guys can kind of jump that, but still, there are a ton of stages, man. Cut it down, bruh. No one needs all those stages. Just make it maybe single A, double A, and triple A. If you want to have all those stages, have it, but have those be the base. Don't have like triple A advanced and stuff like that, or maybe just have 1 and 2. Okay, just have 2 things, because there's just way too much, and I can pretty much guarantee you that those minor league teams are not making billions of dollars from their revenue in terms of people going to those games. I've been to those games, I can tell you. Another problem is the minor leagues are not televised. You can compare the minor leagues in baseball to college sports in football and basketball. College sports in football and basketball is where scouting happens. Okay? Now, obviously, people can say whether it's the D League and the arena football and stuff like that, but those aren't really the same. Okay? So here's the thing. Fans love to gravitate toward players. Okay? Obviously, we do. We want a player that we can connect with. We want a player that we can say, "Hey, that's me." They want that. Which is one of the reasons why I think college football, for example, is so popular, because people can gravitate toward a guy who's young. They can be like, and they can watch him through 4 years. They can watch him win the Heisman, and then they can watch him go and make it to the pros. They can watch him, possibly be successful or possibly be a flop. It doesn't matter. But even if they're a flop, it's still exciting to watch. Same with the NBA. But baseball doesn't have that. I mean, the draft is gonna happen today, and it just, like, who's gonna watch the draft? It's on MLB Network, it's on ESPN, it's not taking over the airwaves, even though a lot of those players are going to be handed a ton of money for their services. So that's a big problem. It's not televised. If they were to televise some stuff, it would be cool. I mean, even televise it on like ESPN News. ESPN News is just SportsCenter 24/7. Take 3 hours, 6 hours of just the same crap that you televise in ESPN News over and over again, and put a game in there highlighting top prospects on those teams. Okay, that's all you would need to do, and talk about it on SportsCenter. Okay, just make it a little more interactive. You know what I mean? Because like I mentioned before, people love the Heisman. Okay, everyone knows the Heisman. I can pretty much guarantee you that no one knows me included, the award that goes to the best minor leaguer of the year. I don't know what that is. And if you do, write in the comments, then you are a bigger baseball fan than me. But lastly is publicity. Now, this is kind of what I've been kind of alluding to a little bit before in my other points, but when it seems like baseball has now come to the conclusion that the only publicity that they can get is bad publicity. And what I mean by that is, if you turn on ESPN right now, guess what you're going to be seeing? You are going to be hearing about the new steroid scandal. It's always steroid scandals these days with baseball, and you cannot rely, and this is just basic common sense, I think, but you cannot rely on negative publicity to be your only publicity. You need to start publicizing other things. You need to start paying to have other things be in the public eye. Whether it is Chris Davis possibly being a contender for the Triple Crown. Obviously, you had Miguel Cabrera win the Triple Crown last year, and that was amazing. But you really need to capitalize on the fact that you have someone like Chris Davis who is competing against Cabrera for the Triple Crown right now. So sit both of them down and interview both of them at the same time and see if there's a little bit of a competition right there, because that can really make the fans excited, build up anticipation. And then people, one, will know about Chris Davis, people who don't know it, and two, it will make more people watch games, you know what I mean? Which is something that obviously baseball you want, so do that. Okay, but that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely leave a like and a comment letting me know what you guys think baseball can do to help its publicity and help people watch it again and get it back up close to the top. I don't think it's ever going to surpass basketball or football again, but at least bring it up a little bit more. So that is it. As I said, today is the draft on MLB Network, so if you guys watch that, I'll be tweeting during that time, so check it out. And tomorrow I'm going to release a video. Was that Bud Norris pitching? Oh my gosh. About the All-Stars AL edition, which will be kind of fun. Live 5 and 0. I'm out.